Did you know Brad Pitt once worked dressed as a chicken?
What? Really? The Brad Pitt?
Yes. Before he became a big star, he had to do all kinds of jobs to live in Hollywood. But he never gave up on his dream.
That's amazing. From a small town boy with nothing to one of the biggest names in the world. His story must be full of surprises.
It is. We'll talk about his hard life as a kid, his first acting jobs, and how he became a legend in Hollywood.
This is going to be exciting. Let's dive in.
So Brad Pitt was born in a small town, right?
Yes, he was born on December 18, 1963 in Oklahoma, but he grew up in Missouri. His full name is William Bradley Pitt.
Missouri sounds like a quiet place. Did he have brothers or sisters?
He did. He had a brother named Douglas and a sister named Julie. His dad worked for a truck company, and his mom was a school counselor.
That sounds like a normal family. What was life like for them?
Their family was very strict. They went to church every Sunday, prayed before every meal, and followed a lot of rules.
Was Brad okay with that?
Not really. He later said that his dad was very harsh. He felt sad because of the rules, and stopped believing in God as he grew up.
That must have been hard. What did Brad like to do as a kid?
He loved sports. He played golf, tennis, and swimming. But he also loved acting. He joined plays at school and spent time with a theater group.
Wow, so he started acting young.
Yes, and he was very good at it. Even as an adult, he went back to help the theater group from his school.
That's really nice of him. It seems like he always cared about where he came from.
Yes, even though he wanted something more. His journey was just beginning.
So Brad went to college after high school, right?
Yes, he went to the University of Missouri. He studied journalism and advertising there.
Did he finish college?
Almost. But 2 weeks before he was done, he left. He decided to move to Hollywood to follow his dream of becoming an actor.
That was a big decision. Did he know anyone there?
No, he didn't. He came with almost no money. He had to work many small jobs just to pay rent and buy food.
Like what?
Well, he moved furniture, delivered food, and even drove people in a car. One time, he wore a chicken suit to bring people into a restaurant.
A chicken suit? That's so funny. But it shows he worked hard.
He did. Brad knew he needed acting lessons to get better. He used his money to pay for classes and practiced every day.
That's smart. But how did he get his first chance to act?
He went to many auditions, but it was very hard at first. Then one day, an agent saw him and liked him. The agent decided to help Brad.
That must have felt amazing for him.
Yes, it was a big step. Even with all the hard work, Brad didn't give up. He believed in his dream.
So, after Brad got an agent, did he start acting right away?
Not in big roles. He started small. He was in ads for chips and soda.
Oh, commercials. That's a good way to start.
Yes, and then he got little roles in TV shows. He was on Dallas and 21 Jump Street, but in most scenes, he was just walking or standing.
That must have been hard. He wasn't really noticed yet.
True, but he kept working. Brad wanted to get his Actors Guild card. Without it, he couldn't act in bigger roles.
So, did he get it?
Yes, after doing some small roles in movies. Once he even played a waiter in a scene with Charlie Sheen.
That's cool. He must have learned a lot from working with famous actors.
He did. He watched them closely and tried to improve. Then came his big break in 1991.
Was that Thelma and Louise?
Yes! He played J.D., a charming young man. His role was small, but everyone noticed him.
That was the start of his fame, wasn't it?
Yes, people loved him after that. He went from small parts to being a star people remembered.
After Thelma and Louise, did Brad get more roles?
Yes, he started acting in bigger movies. In 1992, he was in A River Runs Through It.
What was that movie about?
It was about family and life. Brad played a brave young man. This role showed he could act, not just look good.
So people started to take him seriously as an actor?
Exactly. Then, in 1994, he acted in Legends of the Fall. It was about love, war, and family. His role was deep and emotional.
That sounds like a tough role. Did he do well?
Yes, people loved his acting. Critics said he was more than a handsome face.
What about Interview with the Vampire? That was also in 1994, right?
Yes, he played a vampire named Lewis. It was a very hard role for him.
Why was it hard?
He had to work at night, wear heavy costumes, and even hang upside down. His eyes hurt from the lenses he wore.
That sounds uncomfortable. Did he enjoy making the movie?
Not really, but the movie was popular, and fans loved his acting. It made him even more famous.
So these movies helped him grow as an actor?
Yes, they showed everyone that Brad could do serious roles. This was a big moment in his career.
After those big roles, what was next for Brad?
In 1995, he acted in Seven. It's a crime story where he played a detective chasing a killer.
That sounds intense. Did anything happen while filming?
Yes, during a chase scene, Brad hurt his arm on some glass. He tore a tendon and had to wear a cast.
Wow, that must have been tough. Did the movie do well?
It did. The movie was a big hit, and people loved Brad's acting. This role made him one of the top actors in Hollywood.
Did he do any other movies that year?
Yes, he was in 12 Monkeys. He played a man who was mentally ill. It was a very different kind of role for him.
How did he prepare for that?
Brad spent weeks in a hospital watching how people moved and talked. He worked really hard to get it right.
Did people like his acting in 12 Monkeys?
They did. Brad won a Golden Globe for his role and was even nominated for an Oscar.
That's amazing. It must have been a proud moment for him.
It was. These movies proved he could do many types of roles, and he became even more popular. Directors wanted him in their films because they saw how talented and hardworking he was.
Brad's story is so inspiring. From a small-town boy to one of the best actors in the world, he really worked hard to make his dreams come true.
Yes, and he never gave up, even when things were tough. His journey shows us that hard work and belief in yourself can lead to great success.
So, who should we talk about next? Let us know in the comments.
And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories. See you next time.